What's up, good people? Welcome to another episode of Talk of the Shore. My name is Raylan Wardlaw.
And I'm Langston Fraser. Yo, we're back another week, another episode. What's up, man?
I'm chilling. How was your vacation?
Vacation.
Well, it wasn't vacation, but your
business
business
affairs.
trip to Florida.
It was very nice.
How many masks did you see?
Not a lot.
It was. I went to Texas a little while ago, a few weeks ago. Wasn't a lot of masks there either. So.
Yeah, it was very low. Low key. Some people were wearing the masks, and some businesses are like, "Oh, wear them." Some people were like, "Don't wear them." Yeah. The chorus that we were at was saying, we encourage all the student athletes to wear masks, and then some of us are like vaccinated, some of them are not. And then I'm like, if we all got like COVID tested just to get into this site, why are we wearing masks?
Oh yeah.
So
because you stayed at the course.
Yeah, we did. We did stay right off the golf course, about maybe 4 minutes away.
Okay.
We'll jump into that with our guest.
Yeah, we get into it. We'll get into the game of golf later. But as always, if you didn't check out last week's episode with Derek Jarman, who is a program manager for Worcester County Recreation, please go and check that out. And as always, start the show off. HBCU Fact of the Day. What's up, Langston?
I got a fact of the day for the good people. Here's the fact of the day.
All right.
What is the longest college football game ever played?
Longest college football, or like just
HBCUs, just HBCUs,
or is it just college football? Well, yeah, I really don't. I'm not sure. LSU and Texas A&M played like a 6-7 overtime game a couple years ago. So
what if I could beat you with 8?
8. Who played
1998, Bethune-Cookman Wildcats and defeated Virginia State Trojans 63-57 in 8 overtimes. Both schools are HBCUs. That's my fact of the day.
Oh wow, 8 overtimes.
And you want to know something else that's like super long that just popped up in the news the other day?
What?
23 innings of a college baseball game. Shout out to our boy Will DeBoer.
Yeah,
in the broadcast booth for 23 innings. Like, why is that even?
It was a doubleheader too.
Exactly.
That was the first game, so they still had to play another 9-inning game after that.
That's pitiful. That's bad.
23 innings. That's bad. But
I couldn't do it.
But did you hear me? Were you born in 98?
I was born in 97.
Oh wow. Okay, so you were in diapers in 98.
Yes.
You were alive, but you didn't know what was going on. I can remember 1998 a little bit. I was going to school by then. So now we'll introduce our guest sitting to my right. We talked about golf, and we have like a golf lifer here. So I'm going to take this paper to make sure I get all of his titles correct, because this may take a while, people. We have Billy Dillon, PGA. For you people out there, Google that if you don't know what it means. He's the director and associate professor for the UMES PGA Golf Management Program and the head coach of the men's and women's golf team here at Maryland Eastern Shore. What's up, Billy? How you doing?
Hey, how are you? It's a 3-headed monster.
I know, man.
That's like, how do you fit that onto a business card?
I was like, let me make sure I get everything right. So on the business card, is it just Billy Dillon PGA? That's it?
Pretty much.
Yeah, there you go.
He's got too many commas behind his name. You see, don't get an email from the guys. Comma.
Yeah.
Comma.
The signature takes like 6 lines up.
Exactly.
It's all important, though.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah,
all
for
important.
sure. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Depending on who you send the email to.
Absolutely.
Right. Exactly.
Right. I learned that really quick. Put the letters when you need to. So as we start off every show, Billy, where are you originally from?
Well, I grew up on Kent Island.
Kent Island.
So I'm an Eastern Shore local.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So if you had to explain Kent Island in just 3 words.
Today or back then?
However you feel.
Well, I'm a 1979 to 85 Kent Island guy. And it was back in those days, to call anywhere on the island, all you had to do was dodge the last 4 digits of the phone number. Because everybody was a 643 number. Oh, wow. Now you got to dial with area code to get your next door neighbor.
Wow.
I hadn't figured it out. But the population really, really grew. Mm-hmm. We used to see bumper stickers on cars that says there's no life west of the Chesapeake Bay. Well, now they said there's no life west of Kent Narrows. Because Kent Island might as well be a suburb of Annapolis now.
Right.
It kind of it's funny when I get to Kent Island, I feel like, oh, I'm almost in Annapolis now. I really don't even think about it still being kind of like the Eastern
other
Shore,
side
even
of the
though
bridge.
You get across the Kenton Narrows, you're like, oh, okay, might as well be in Annapolis.
Right.
But yeah, my brother still lives in Graysonville, and his kids go to Kent Island High School, which did not exist when I was there. I went to Queen Anne's County High School.
Okay.
Good half-hour drive every day, up and back. Yeah.
That's tough. So, okay, so we'll say the Kent Island that you grew up in. Three words
words,
about
what?
that one.
Oh, fun, crabbing all summer, fishing. I mean, anything a kid could want. It was a great, great place to grow up. Great time to grow up there. Little League baseball. It was fantastic. The best thing my parents ever did for me and my brothers was move us out of Montgomery County and move us to Kent Island.
Wow.
I'm serious. Really.
That's a bold statement.
Really.
Woo!
Well,
We were in Olney, and my dad, 79-year-old, he said, "We're out of here. Where are we going?"
Montgomery County. Have you been back to Montgomery County a lot? Like,
Visiting our Shady Grove campus, yeah.
got you.
Yeah.
Got you.
Because we do have another program
what he
over
did?
there.
You said what?
Did
What do you do?
he used some dashes?
Oh yeah, you have
Dashes, little sprinkle.
to. You have to because because he started off by saying Kent Island now or then. So it's you almost could just say Kent Island now versus Kent Island then. He had the fun. Now it's kind of a suburb, for lack of a better term.
I'm not sure I'd live there now.
You don't think so?
I don't think so.
Why not?
It's gotten too big, too commercialized.
Right.
I mean, back in those days, the only thing was the Hardee's and the Pizza Hut, and everybody was local. They all had their local business. It was all the mom and pop shops, and you knew everybody. When you walked in the door, they knew who you were. It was one of those kind of
right
places, and certainly by 1990, it was over.
Yeah.
Well, there you have it, folks.
Kent Island in a nutshell.
In a nutshell.
So we always start off by, we know you have a job where you have a lot of different titles or a lot of different titles with what job. So what's some things about you that, kind of outside of yourself, outside of your job that you like to do that are, some fun facts about you?
Well, living in South Carolina for as long as I did, I mean, I just, sit back and drink beer by the fire and just chit chat and tell stories. And, the older we get, the less we do. And all you got at the end of the day, all you got left is experience.
Right.
Yeah.
What part of South Carolina again?
Columbia,
South Carolina. How long were you down there?
about 20 years.
20 years. So, so you know
My
about
man
the,
loves
That's where the kids were born. Yeah, met my wife, the
Yeah.
whole starting the family deal, and then
Yeah.
came back, moved back up here when this position opened.
Got you. Yeah, my older brother lives in Columbia now. He just
really?
got up there. He's like northeast Columbia,
Okay.
so kind of going towards Fort Jackson a little bit. And so,
Blythewood area, yeah.
Yeah. So he's teaching down there. He just got to Columbia. He enjoys it. So I mean, so you're down there for 20 years. So Greenwood,
I know Greenwood well.
Greenwood, great city, great place.
My nephew went to
You and
Lander.
Miss Greenwood.
Oh, your nephew went to Lander?
He sure
yeah,
did.
so he knows Greenwood very well.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Greenwood's a great place.
Greenwood Country Club, fantastic facility.
Fantastic.
Great.
Now you got friends. Great.
Fantastic. No, so I went to Emerald High School in Greenwood.
You went to
Emerald. No,
Oh,
not
Emerald.
Irmo. Not
I thought you said Irmo. I was
no,
like,
not
what?
Irmo.
Okay.
Not Irmo in Columbia, but Emerald in Greenwood, and our golf team, they played their home matches at the
Right.
country club there. So tennis played there. So, and when I was running track and we would do like the long runs off campus, we would always run through the country.
You must know Tony Rice,
I know the name.
quarterback for Notre Dame, back when they won the last national championship. He's from Greenwood. I bet your families know each other.
Yeah, that's probably
That's
the
for
case.
sure.
I know. I always say I'm better with faces than names because I was actually out of town one time and I just saw a guy. I was like, hey, he's from Greenwood. I know he is, but I didn't know his name. And then I just went up and said, hey, you're from Greenwood. He was like, yeah. So just kind of started talking. So for sure, yeah, I either know his face or families know each other for sure. But yeah, Greenwood Country Club, Greenwood Lake, great
Greenwood.
fishing.
Just like good, wholesome American town.
That's what we'll call it. That's what we'll call
One
it.
of the few lakes down that doesn't have alligators in it.
Yeah, that's
That's
true.
what's good about it. A
That's
little
true.
upstate.
Yeah, because it's like I tell people, like South Carolina's a weird state sometimes because if you're down the Charleston area versus upstate, Greenwood, Greenville, you almost feel like you're in two different states. But it's like
That's the beauty of it.
That's the beauty of it, because one side is more beach, and then up where we're at, we're kind of going more towards the mountains. So kind of
The Piedmont, as they call it.
Piedmont, yes,
Just like Maryland, we got a little bit of everything.
That's correct.
That is
very similar.
mountains.
Yep.
that is true. Yeah,
You could be mountains to the beach in a matter of hours.
Right.
That's right.
Right. So, so when you were like, what I guess made you exactly say, "Hey, I'm leaving South Carolina, been there 20 years, and coming back up"? Was it just a position, or was it like, "Hey, I want to get my"?
It was the position.
It was just a position.
Chasing the position. I mean, there's only 18 schools that do this.
Right.
So it's not like these opportunities open every day. So when they do, you better jump on it.
Right. And
And you're
for
lucky
people,
if you get one. I mean, there's think about it. There are 18 people on the planet that do what I do.
Right, and tell the people, like,
hard
if
to
they
do.
don't know, we all know what it is, but if they don't know what a PGM program is, tell them in a nutshell, what is a PGM program and what does it do?
Okay, the reason it was designed way back in 1975 at Ferris State University was the first one. It gives folks that go to college an opportunity to get a degree and their PGA membership all at the same time. So what does that mean? Well, I want to work in the golf industry. Is the college degree important, or is the PGA membership important? Well, they're both important. So let's roll them together and let you get both of them at the same time. And as Langston's going to know in the next couple months, probably next 30 days, probably he'll be a PGA member himself. Think about that.
Facts. I'm so ready.
I can see
I'm
it. I see it on
so
your
ready.
face.
So our relationship is going to change. We're no longer going to be teacher-student. We're going to be member-member. So we're going to go from here to here.
Where's Friday at 2 o'clock?
Friday, 2 o'clock. You can say anything to my face you want to say. And it's totally different.
Look
Because we're now peers.
He's ready for it.
Yeah,
He's ready
we no
for
longer
it.
have the authoritarian relationship. Now
I
we're
gotta
peers.
get my black card first. And then we realized that we even. He still got paperwork put in.
Yeah, I got you. The PGM membership. So, and then also, so there's only 18 of these
18,
programs.
yeah,
and
18 of these programs are at different universities across the country.
Right. And this is the only at a HBCU.
That's correct.
And so, other than here, what was the closest one to us?
Penn State or NC State, driving wise, they're about the same. About 5 hours either way, I think.
Yes. And why do you think there's only 18? Why do you think we'll ever get to 19, 20? Do you think other schools would take a chance?
Oh, there's other schools that would love to have it, but the demand's not there.
Okay.
Across the country.
Got you. And so, what
Do you think the demand is not there as far as the actual academic program or the jobs that are wanting to be filled in the golf?
No, there's plenty of jobs to be filled.
Exactly.
Right.
It's you can't get enough. There's a huge supply and demand problem right now within our industry, and the supply is very low and the demand is very high, which tells us salary should be going up.
Yes,
But they tend to be stagnant at the lower end. At the entry level position, they tend to be stagnant, and that tends to be the kicker. But what we're finding is, I mean, our graduates that are out there, after 3 years, that they'll call you. That's when they start making the money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to put a couple of years in, and then you're really good to go. It's like anything else. You put 5 years in, you're fine.
Right. And that's what I told my little cousin. She's getting ready to go to college, and I told her she just do a major you like, and as long as you're doing something you love, the money will come.
Right.
Just
Don't chase the money.
Don't chase the money.
I tell them all,
Don't
and
chase the
Langston can
money.
I tell them all the time, let your career evolve because it's going to go places that you never thought of. And especially at their age, think about what they're going to be doing in 10, 20 years probably hasn't even been invented yet.
That's true. That's true. Because, I mean, I think about me working sports information. If you take 20 years ago and somebody 20 years ago would not have thought they were like scoring a game, having to live tweet and people worrying about Instagram posts and stuff like that. So any job that you have is just always going to evolve. So,
Right.
And I remember the first time I actually when I went down to Minority a few years ago, and I actually got to see like the inner workings of like the PGA, I guess you could say. And I was like, man, when you said it's a lot, it is a lot of jobs. Like it takes a lot to like actually make the golf course and the industry of golf to really work. So that's a good thing for our students.
It's an
here.
$86 billion industry a year in this country.
Yeah,
and to
people
put
don't
that in
realize
perspective, this is what really gets people. You can take up what the NBA, NFL, Major League Baseball, and hockey, NHL, put all four together, they don't generate $86 billion a year.
Wow.
Play golf, people.
Your first $1 billion athlete's a golfer. Come on,
for sure.
Where's the money?
I didn't know that.
Let's
go. Know that. And
tee it up.
You have to. Billy doesn't need to see me. He gonna get frustrated if he see me playing golf.
I've been watching Langston for 4.
Yeah, trust me, my golf game has.
I mean, about him wearing diapers in '97. He still wears them every once in a while.
Yeah.
You still can get a hold of one every now and then, though.
I can get a hold of one every now and then.
He's come a long way.
I don't hit it.
He's come a long, long way in 4 years.
Coach,
I'll give it to him.
I'm just trying to look. I need to be able. I'm trying to get to where I know when I'm aiming, I'm actually aiming where the ball is going to go. And I keep hearing the close the club face. I keep hearing that one, but the ball.
Close it to what? Just depends.
See, that's what.
Close it to the target line. Well, do you need to close it to the target line? Maybe you have a target line and you're aiming right and you need to close it.
See, nobody's even talked to me about a target line.
Of course.
See,
come on, Langston. Get him out there and talk to him.
I didn't know. So it's kind of, is that a foot? Is that?
It's a lot of physics.
That's a lot of.
It depends. Well, then see, now you're getting into kinesiology and physical therapy stuff. I mean, how does how do you just stand and
yeah,
right. There's 4 different people just automatically think that the aiming line is your foot line. No, I say you got body lines. It's your foot line, your knees, your hips, your shoulders. I think it's more important to be your shoulders than it is anything else.
Oh, totally.
That's my opinion.
I would agree.
Got you. And I can see that, because when the follow through.
Typically, where the shoulders are aiming, that's where the ball's typically going.
Right.
Typically.
See, I'm getting ready, guys. I'm gonna be all right. I'm gonna be all right. Last time I played, I had a couple good shots. Emphasis on a couple. So emphasis on a couple. But
hey, see, here's what's gonna happen.
We're coming.
I'm gonna leave Friday, and you'll have your sport bag, you'll have golf bag, and you hang out with Billy. There you go. Get your golf game right. You go on a couple trips, get your golf game right.
Then we can go over to College Park and go see him.
Oh, for sure.
Or you can come see me.
For sure.
Pick your favorite.
Either way, I got it. I mean, I think it was like the first time I went out there and I saw like guys in their 60s and 70s still playing, and I was like, yeah, this is. You keep doing it because you got to strike the fire because
cradle to grave.
Yeah,
it's the only game I know if you can do it.
Yeah, because
maybe bowling.
Really?
Bowling?
Maybe.
Yeah, you probably
maybe you can bowl for a while.
You can bowl for a while.
I don't know.
I mean, because the ball you can get a.
Well, around here you still do duck pins.
Yeah,
fire that thing like a softball.
Right. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like I may bowl with a 15, 16 pound ball. I just go down to 12 when you get a little older.
Yeah, that happens.
Do you bowl?
I don't.
Do you bowl, Billy?
Yes.
I'm good. I'm like halfway decent.
I'll go once or twice a year. I really enjoy it. I think it's fun. I mean, I'm no good at it, but I like it.
I like bowling. I mean,
my body just hurts after I bowl at this point.
When I figured out how to make it like spin on the lane, that's when I kind of was
you trying to be fancy with it.
No, I look weird out there. So to be able to do it with get the spin, I'm a 2-hand bowler now. Because most people bowl with one hand. I'm a weird guy. I bowl with 2, but it helps me with the control to be able to get the spin.
Same way with golf.
I've bowled a 224 before.
Same way with golf.
I've bowled a 224.
That's solid.
Now, next game was like a 109, but I bowled a 224
hit your allotted games.
I know. I was in a rhythm that time, and then after that, it was kind of going back. But I guess now that I figured that out, my goal when I bowl is do not get under 100, because that's kind of
embarrassing.
Yeah, a little bit. Well, no, because if you never bowl, then it's okay.
Well, that's different. You got to compare it to people who've never bowled and people who have bowled before.
Yeah. I was in a league like a couple years ago, but my handicap was real high. So they would throw me in there in the games we really needed because we would get extra points because my handicap was high.
Sandbagger. Rolled 224s and he's got a handicap.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no. Because that 224, I don't know where it came from. That was the man above that was working through me that day. Because it was an out-of-body experience.
Bet have it again.
I need to have some out-of-body experiences on a golf course.
Yeah, you do.
It happens.
Although I did, the last time I played, I got 2 bogeys, like legit bogeys on par 4s. I had never, every par 4, the best I'd ever done was like a double bogey.
That's what I love to hear. That's what gets people coming back.
The best I'd ever done on par 4s before.
You need to stick with bowling.
It was like double, like a double or like a triple. And then I don't know what I mean. Good tee shots, and then I was able to get on the green by the fourth shot and just two-putt it. I was excited. I was yelling. The people behind me was like, "What's wrong with him? Don't worry about it." It was a moment for me. And then, went on a par 3 and got like a 6.
That's bad.
I'm not good with the irons, guys. They're just not. I'm not good with the irons. I'm not bad on the green and off the tee.
Hey, it's all about short game.
I know. Everybody says it's short game.
Get your wedges and your putting in. You take some people's money.
I know.
Go take Tom's money. You just show up to the golf course.
He can actually play a little
exactly.
bit. He can play a little bit. I mean, it's like, I don't know. It's like he almost is swinging a baseball bat. It looks like he's swinging a baseball bat, but it's not a baseball swing.
It's golf club.
But it's just like a fluid motion. There he is.
How was your short game last week, Lang?
Let me tell you about my short game last week. So let me spill the tea on where I was last week while we didn't have an episode. Okay. So I was traveling down to Jacksonville, Florida, Point Verde Beach is what it's called.
Pana.
To go to TPC Sawgrass for the 34th PGA Works Collegiate Golf Championship. That is an absolute mouthful. I was down there to do student media for kind of UMES and write some stuff for Golf Digest. And obviously working and taking, pictures and social media and all that stuff. I got called. Hotel room, 10 o'clock at night. You need to come downstairs. We got a problem. This is Joe Ellis. Joe Ellis works for the PGA. He's one of our alums. He just happened to run the kind of the rules officials, the tournament rules side of the event. I was like, okay, cool. Come downstairs. So I come downstairs, it's 10 o'clock at night, and rolling the registration area. I'm like, hi, Joe. What's up? Thanks. First time seeing you, and I've been here 3 days. So rolling, he's like, yeah, did you hit any shots on 17? 17, if you don't know, it's a world famous par 3. It's 137 yards long, all kind of enclosed in water. So it's like green, water, tee box. And it's probably one of the coolest par 3s you've ever been on if you've ever played it in your life. It's just cool. Have you ever played on the golf course? Did you hit any golf shots on 17? I'm like, no. And I'm like, we have cameras all up and down 17. We got facial recognition. The tournament director is sitting right next to him. I'm like, okay, I'm in trouble. I'm about to get kicked out of Sawgrass. What did I do? I had a coach's badge on, obviously, because I was there for like media, and I just got lucky. I got a coach's badge. So he's like, yeah, man, a couple of people dropped out to COVID. Do you want to play? And I'm like,
yeah.
Sure, I want to play, but then like the second thing that ran through my mind, I was like, I don't have golf club. I didn't travel down here with my golf clubs.
We know how you are about your golf club.
I am. I'm very particular. Like,
golf.
I typically lug them along with me, and I didn't bring up. The one time I could have brought them, and one of our student athletes was like, hey, bring your clubs. You never might know. And Joe Ellis was telling me 3-4 weeks, you might want to bring clubs. I don't know. Bring clubs. I didn't bring my clubs because it wasn't about me. It wasn't
two different people told you to bring
them. But
it
wasn't my week. I was dead set. I registered for the event. I didn't get picked. I was like, I'm not in the field. There's no way I'm playing. Not happening. And then, boom, here you go. Joe Ellis and Scooter Clark worked something together. Nick Hireman worked something together. And next thing you know, I was in the field. I was like, oh, shit. Pardon my French. But that's what I said. I was like, I'm playing in the field. I'll have the clubs. So my homeboy, Shane Miller, shout out to Shane. He works at TPC Sawgrass. He's a tournament director. We happened to be interns together at the Broadmoor 3 or 4 years ago. Something like that.
Give or take.
So he called me. He was like, you're good. We got your golf clubs. What do you need? I was like, I need a left-handy set or a regular flex. Next thing,
regular what?
Regular flex. So flex the golf club is kind of how stiff it is and whatnot. So it kind of fits my specs of what I have. So the team kind of came together and found me a set, and PGA Works paid for my clubs and all that, for the rental set and all that stuff. Had no golf balls, no gloves. Next thing you know, we're booking it to Walmart at like 10 o'clock at night, get golf balls and stuff, because I wasn't expecting to play. Show up on the tee box next morning, the bag is sitting there, it's all ready to go. It's like, hey, don't worry about anything, let me know. I was like, cool. So that day that they say, oh, were you on 17, was a practice round for TPC Sawgrass where they play the Players Championship every year. It used to be in May, now it's in March. Technically, it'll be this weekend. If it was 2 years ago, players would be this weekend.
Right.
Now it's in March. So didn't get to play a practice round, walk the golf course and hit any shots. Played the opposite course, which is Dyes Valley, which is the other golf course on property. Played that practice round. Okay, cool. And then kind of teed it up. And next thing you know, Monday I was teeing it up in a field of 180. It's the last person in the field to tee it up. Didn't play too hot, but had a blast. Me and Billy were sitting there talking, just talking on property. It's like, hey, just go play. You're graduating in a week. You have no pressure. You're like, just go have fun. I had a blast.
Okay, as long as you had fun though.
I had a blast. I made a. Let me tell you about my 17th hole, the first day.
The one with the
one with the water.
Okay.
The one, the famous water that everybody just dunks it into. So it's 137 yards. Just the first day, Monday. So they put just a normal tee box out there for us, and it's like 130 yards. I'm like, okay, 8 iron, maybe a strong 9. So I hit this shot, cross the water. Wind's kind of blowing a little bit out of the right-hand side, so it's cross green, left to right wind. Literally land this thing on the edge. So if you see this gap here, it's like this, about that thick from the wood to the grass. I landed in that little circle, and the ball was literally sitting there on the green. My foot was half on the wood, on the bulk, I guess is what it's called, putting on the putting green. Walked away with bogey. Billy says I should have chipped the ball and just used a wedge, but his
ball ended up, nobody's ball ends up. He had about a 6-inch window from 138 yards where that thing could have stopped.
It was insane.
It should have been wet.
And the camera guys were, because they had camera crews, obviously, because it's the hole everybody wants to play. Right. So they had the camera crews out there filming and recording in case anything happened. They put the highlights on TV. And they had camera people out there just taking pictures and whatnot. And they turned to Billy, and I didn't hear this until after the round was over. It's like, yeah, we've been here 20-something years, and we've never seen anybody land
Stop
there
the ball
and land the way and finish the way he did.
Because I was down at the green watching. I was watching the approach shot from the green. So I saw the whole, it was really coming right at me. Saw the whole thing.
Insane.
I couldn't believe it. And then I told him to chip, and he didn't chip it.
See?
But his rule been freshman year, if you can putt it, and that's what I go with.
Not when you got an inch drop from the rough to the green. But come on, man.
I did kind of mishit that first putt. Could have been a little closer. But it's all good. I made bogey. I'm happy there. Don't talk about second day. Second day, third, our final round.
We did. I was trying to put his mind at ease. I did tell him, go have fun. There's no expectations on you. People aren't expecting anything. They don't even know you're playing. Right. But I was very scared for him.
True facts.
But you're talking one of the hardest golf courses on the planet.
Yeah, it's the 10th hardest golf course on the PGA Tour out of all the golf courses they play in a year. So this course is like,
where's the Masters at on that list?
That's very high.
That's like high? I think Masters or Augusta is 1 or 2.
Augusta, yeah.
That's 10, maybe 9. So it's right about the same level.
Were those the fastest greens you've ever played on?
Oh, straight glass.
Yeah,
straight glass. Had a wonderful time.
No offense to Great Hope, but it's not Great Hope.
The staff was so nice. And then Wednesday during the final round, there was a rumor going around that they were going to put all the Sunday pin placements for the players for the PGA Works. And you walk out on 17, and it's sitting on 17 is the front right edge with the slope feeding down into the hole. So you either have to go for it and stop it and stick it, or land it on the top ledge and let it roll down. And I don't think it was 1 or 2 birdies that day. But yeah, that Sunday pins for Wednesday, I had a wonderful time. The staff was so nice. Hospitality was great. Met a couple of our student athletes' parents and went over their house and had a cookout and saw a whole bunch of colleagues and whatnot. Yeah. Great trip.
That sound like a good time.
Yeah, man.
Good time.
The PGA took care of them.
Yeah.
Paid for 4 nights at the hotel. Paid all of. Fed them 3 meals a day for 5 days. It was.
Y'all was making out
it was nice.
Yeah, it was nice there. We all the participants got book bags with PGA Works and a big kind of Yeti in it to the PGA Works and a scorecard book with you flip open, you got the green. So I have I can show you. I'll show you later. I got all the pin positions for Sunday at the players basically what to put in our book. yeah, it's probably one of the best golf tournaments I've ever played in my life.
That's what's up. I'll ask this for you too,
Yeah.
for both of you. What's some of the better courses, I guess, for someone just learning to kind of get out and play around here?
Around here,
Yeah.
I think Hogneck is a fantastic facility. For
You know,
that.
I have ridden by Hogneck so many times, and I have never stopped in and played it.
Where's it at?
It's on Route 50 there in Easton.
Oh,
But they've got a 9-hole
okay.
executive course, which is really for beginners.
Wow.
I think you can ride it or walk it. I think it's just a one green fee. You pay the green fee. You can play as many holes as you want in the day. I think it was that way when I was a kid. Anyway, I don't know what they do now.
And that's in Easton?
Yeah, but the championship 18 that they have is really, really good too. At one time, it was a top 75 public course in the country.
Wow.
Back in the early 80s.
And I've driven through, like, I've never, like, thought to, like, hey, go play over there. Because, I mean, I guess it's kind of like, it's, about 50 minutes? I mean, I'm living in Salisbury, so 50 minutes to an hour away.
Right.
So,
Yeah,
and
yeah. From Salisbury, it's about an hour.
It's worth it.
and I've been up to Seaford and played, so it's not much, it wouldn't be much different than
Right.
driving there. So,
I'll
Hogneck.
say, if
So
you
that
go
one-
play it. I haven't played it yet.
okay. I'll try
Surprisingly,
that.
I don't know why.
'Cause I've done, what all I've done? I can't even remember the name of the one in Seaford I played, but that one, obviously, Great Hope, Nutters. I did the Elks over there. I feel like there's maybe another one I did, but so in Ocean City, golf
Right,
club,
Ocean City
where
Golf
we-
Club, right.
where we have our tournament at. So I mean, I've went to.
But if you're
a
saying
few-
for beginners,
yeah, for like
I mean, Hogneck. I think Hogneck is the way to go because they got that 9-hole executive, and it's a
And-
really
and
good
so
way.
you kinda
It's a
can
really
read.
good. It's not a whole lot of water on it, a little bit of hills.
Yeah.
You learn a lot, but it doesn't beat you up.
So let's get into this topic. If you're talking about beginner golfers and kind of getting people into the game, what's your thoughts on Topgolf?
On Topgolf,
Topgolf.
I think for beginners, I think Topgolf is great. It's interactive. It's fun. It breaks all the barriers
Right.
to the game that people don't need to go buy clubs. They have clubs for you. They got balls for you. You don't have to go chase it. You don't have to go find it. You hit it. You don't care where it goes. And you get a little drunk while you're doing it.
I love Topgolf. They need to put one down here in Ocean City. They put one down here in Ocean City, it is over.
Now, for somebody that plays a lot, like I do, I hit 8 shots and I'm done.
Right.
Yeah,
I get a little. too
I don't find it
competitive.
great for me, but for beginners, I think it's really, really good. I think it's a lot of fun.
But if you're like a team bonding trip for like the golf teams, or
Yeah, that'd be
baseball
great.
or basketball,
Absolutely.
it's great.
Yeah.
Take them there. Go experience. What it is to play golf. You can put basketball on late at night, and they're open till like 2-3 in the morning.
Oh yeah, they got the TVs, the
They got
food, the
TVs,
beer.
and
Yeah, they
in
got
the
the whole
winter
thing
they got
going.
the heaters on. And you turn the heaters on. You
Yeah.
stay out there all day.
Yeah, I've never been in the winter. I've only been like spring, summertime. So, I mean, I've told Top Golf. Because I'm trying to get better. When I'm there with people, it's like loud, and I'm trying to focus. And so I feel like every time I go, I never get better out of it. I never get better at Top Golf.
Yeah.
I get better at like a driving range or like actually playing. So, but I mean, Top Golf is fun. Like, and it does give you a chance to just get out there and try to, just whack it and have fun.
Right.
I think it's a good way to introduce people that have never played before.
Yeah, I would say that for sure though. Yeah. No doubt.
Interesting.
All right,
But go ahead.
So I was going to ask him the question of the the season.
Oh, wait, hold on. Before we get to that,
Before that, go ahead.
talk about the kind of the evolution of this PGM program.
Gotcha.
I think that's super important for people to know, and then talk about kind of your experience being a director of a PGM program. Being a PGA professional on the other hand, and then becoming a college golf coach for a Division I school that a lot of people kind of know for having golf and kind of different aspects of it, but it's now kind of rebirthed itself and kind of reestablished itself.
Oh, I certainly was not prepared to be a collegiate golf coach. I can tell you that. I like it. It's a lot of fun. I mean, I really enjoy being out there with the students and watching them go through the process of getting better. I still got a long way to go. I'm still learning all the NCAA rules, the ins and outs, and thank goodness Dr. Drummond's there to help, and some of the other coaches with some of the other issues that I've run into, things that I never thought that I would run into, which we won't get into. Yeah. But So you were asking about the evolution of the program?
Yeah, talk about the evolution of the program because you've been here from the start. Mm-hmm. We were founded in 2008, graduated first class in I think December of 12.
12, that's correct. Right.
And so we've been doing this 14 years. 14
yeah,
years.
14 years. Yeah.
For closing up 6 of them. So talk about kind of like beginning to now, what improvements
The very
see?
beginning was really strange because the PGA at the time had a rule where the director had to be on campus for 1 full year before students got here, making sure everything was in place and that all the facilities were ready to go. And, so they're paying me for a whole year. And they're sitting there going, what are we getting at?
Like, we going to bring people in? Like this? Why we?
Yeah. So the first cohort ended up being 20, which was we actually had 13 in the fall, and we had in that January, we were brought in 7 more. So the first cohort was pretty good. The second cohort was only 9. So it's really been up and down as far as students coming in. The third cohort was 21. It's still the biggest cohort we ever had at one time come in all together. But like you said, we've been graduating since 12, and I think it's been a slow go. There's you and me, we've got a couple things that hold us back. For golf, I don't think geographically we're in the greatest location. And to be honest with you, I get the whole reason the program is here is the PGA of America back in about 2005 realized, with the way the country's going, they were ahead of their time, I think, in their thinking, saying we really should probably put this program at an HBCU and kind of let's see what happens, I think. And I'm not sure how they feel about it. I haven't heard anything from anybody from the PGA in 14 years about how they feel about how we're doing.
I guess that's
all I can tell you is we've graduated, as of this Friday, we've graduated 63 to 65 total graduates, and we're about pushing right at 30 with Langston's right at 30 has been minority for the golf business. Right. African American or Korean.
Cool. I get number 65. Great.
Yeah. So
that's what's up.
That's kind of just where we are currently, and I think it's only going to get better. But I think it's going to get real close to in a hurry where the total number of African American members in the PGA of America is only at 165, I think. It's right around there. And we're going to be hitting 50 in no time. It's going to be a couple more semesters. We'll be at, so we're going to be a very big chunk of what's going on there, producing it. And so do you say, well, is that a victory? Is that what the PGA was looking for when they put the program? I don't know. Nobody's ever talked to me about it. All we're doing is we just, we recruit, retain, and graduate. And that's kind of my motto. And that's what I tell Dr. Prosser. If we just keep doing those 3 things,
you'll be all right.
Everything's good.
Good. You'll be all right. And so for someone like maybe interested in the program, outside of obviously playing golf and learning about the golf industry, what other things do they learn in the program as they matriculate to graduate?
Geez, you want to touch on that?
Yeah, there's a lot.
As I can.
There is kind of like there's kind of the golf car thing. For the record, you will never, and I put $100 on it, hear Billy Dillon say golf carts out of his mouth one time. You might hear it one time during the semester, the first week he talks about it. Unless, other than that, it's a golf car. It is a golf car.
Golf car?
Golf car.
Every golf course on the planet says golf cart, and all their signs say golf cart washing, golf cart parking. They all say it, but the PGA says
golf car.
It's a golf car.
You told me this when pro golfers don't play with shorts.
Well, that has now changed.
It's changed?
Only for the PGA of America events.
Yes.
PGA Tour events, the Masters.
This week or next week, they can wear shorts in a practice round, but they can't, competition rounds.
Competition rounds they cannot. Yeah. Practice rounds they can in a PGA of America event, which would be next week. You're starting on the 17th, the PGA Championship at Kiawah Island.
So pants during competing.
Yeah.
But when you told me that, I think I went out maybe one time. I try to wear pants when I go because I want to,
I tell you what, there's a lot of controversy about it.
You won't see me playing golf in shorts.
As thin as pants are now, you can get these microfiber, paper thin pants. You don't even know you have them on. There's really no excuse not to be wearing slides.
I wear pants. I I don't wear shorts. If I'm at my home golf course, I might wear shorts, but that's about
Now, it was 95 in Jacksonville with about, 97% humidity, and he was rocking the long pants.
I had my gray pants on the first day.
He was.
I had the black pants on the second day, and I had the blue pants
Now,
on
there's
the
a
first
difference in wearing cotton.
Right.
Oh, yeah. They're really
microfiber polyester. The polyester today is not the polyester we had 25, 30 years ago.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a whole lot better.
Right. Got you.
A lot thinner, breathable,
Yeah.
moisture wicking, all that stuff.
They look good.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're good.
More fashionable for sure. But say you were going through like what you kind of stuff.
Yeah, so there's Golf Car Fleet, there's Tournament Ops. I have the old version of the program. So it's still the same thing. They've kind of revamped it and kind of beefed it up. Golf Car Fleet, Tournament Ops, Food and Bev, which is a big part of the golf industry. If nobody then knows, it's huge. Tournament Ops, Golf Car Fleet, Food and Bev. There is front office management. There's a whole bunch of teaching and coaching. It's not called teaching and coaching. It's just be instruction. So you get like intermediate instruction, beginning, advanced instruction. You'll do instruction with kids, adults, people with disabilities. Let's see, what else? I'm missing something. Oh, golf operations. So that's kind of like in the pro shop. Merchandising is a huge thing for the PGA of America. There's actual annual awards for, the best merchandiser, the best instruction a year. Player development, which is huge. It's kind of working on the overall player and getting them better, just not outside of their playing abilities, but the overall player. Yeah, those are the main ones. Am I forgetting any? I don't think I am.
Yeah, just but with golf operations, you have to teach it two different ways because there's a big difference in a country club and a golf club,
right?
Or even a golf course.
Like,
you treat Ocean City Golf Club a whole lot different than you do Nutters.
Right.
Nutters Crossing, because
it's
one's public, it's daily fee customers. Ocean City's got members you have to deal with. So it brings on a whole lot of different issues, and other topics that he's missing would be business planning, customer relations, all the stuff they don't want to learn, that they hate learning. I've yet to have a recruit come in and sit across the desk and I say, what brings you to this program?
Yeah,
well, I think I like to play and I think I might want to teach. I have yet to have a kid say, I want to do business planning and deal with customer relations issues.
True. Yeah.
But that's a big, big part of it.
But like, have you kind of take notices when you go into like establishments nowadays with golf courses and whatnot? What's their mission statement? What's their vision statement? What are they striving to get better at?
Oh,
that's what I look at nowadays when I roll into a place. Like,
4 years ago you didn't.
No, 4 years ago I didn't.
Now.
But now I do when I roll into a place. Like, how does your staff treat you? Does your GM open the door when you walk into TPC Sawgrass? Say, hey, Langston, welcome back. I haven't seen you in 2 years. Happened on Saturday. Or you just go on a Great Hope and you walk in and the guy's still on the phone watching TV, with a bag of chips in his hand,
Yeah, I know. Customer relations is big.
Interpersonal skills, got to know those.
Yeah, that's for
and
sure.
the interaction strategies.
Yeah.
The PGA.
Yeah, it's a whole strategy.
It's a whole thing, man.
It's a whole thing.
You got to know what a SWOT analysis is. You know what a SWOT analysis is?
What's a SWOT analysis?
Your strengths, your weaknesses, your
opportunities.
It's not outcomes.
Opportunities
and threats. And your threats.
Which ones are internal? Which ones are external?
Oh, jeez.
Here we go. Now we're testing.
Threats are external.
You said threads?
Your threats.
Threats.
Oh, threats.
Your strengths are internal. Your threats are external. Your opportunities are external.
Very good.
And I'm missing one.
Weaknesses.
Weaknesses are definitely internal. See, I learned something.
The big things that he's missing is what's outside of the curriculum. It's the 16 months of internship.
Oh, yeah.
Which is the biggest part of the entire program.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know of any other program anywhere that does 16 months of internship for graduation.
And it's paid too.
Plus, they have to pass a skills test, the playing ability test. What do you mean? You got to go out. You got to go shoot a 30. It's 36 holes, so you got to play 2 rounds, and you got to be high 70s.
And all 36 all in one day, right?
Mm-hmm. For this section,
depending on where you are in the country, but yes.
Oh, okay.
Some days it's 2 days, and some days it's all in one day. We do it all in one day.
Do you have to walk?
No.
Nope.
Okay, you get a golf car.
Man,
get a golf car.
You get a golf
Very
car.
good. See,
golf car.
You can do this program.
You learn it.
Get a golf car.
See, my PAT was funny because weather's supposed to be great. Of course, never trust the weather when you take a PAT because it just didn't happen.
Tell them what the PAT.
So the PAT is playing ability test. You'll take your course average, correct? I think No.
Course rating.
Course rating. Take course rating, you multiply it times 2, drop the decimal, add 15 strokes.
Right.
And you'll get a target score, which is the score you need to pass, about 156.
The lowest I've seen is 154. The highest I've seen is about 161.
Yeah, 157. For me, it was 157. So I took mine in the pouring down rain.
Only for 9 holes.
At Great Hope. Oh, no, it was raining longer than that.
Oh, it was not.
It was
9
raining
holes.
longer
Come on,
than
man.
that. Don't give me that.
9 holes.
It was only 9. It was only 9.
It was 9.
Whatever. I remember wet gloves, wet jacket. It was bad.
Of course you remember it that
But you
way.
passed.
That's not how it was.
Passed.
He was dry by the
74.
12th hole.
Okay.
Made a
At
bogey
Great
on the
Hope?
last one.
Great Hope,
Only
yep.
18.
I played Great Hope before.
But, so you get your internships, and the internships are, like he was saying, it's the best part about the program. You can go anywhere in the world nowadays, thanks Florida State University.
Yeah.
They paid the price for all of us.
Yes, they did.
You can go anywhere in the world. You can go international, and you can go kind of do whatever. For me, I kind of did 2 high-end private resorts, 3 media outlets, Golf Channel, Golf Digest, did the magazine route too. And that's kind of where my passion lies, is the media side and the kind of athletic side of things. But you can go anywhere. And the fact about having a program that's so small and so tight knit is you can basically call one of our alums and wherever you want to go. Mm-hmm. It's a phone call.
Or they have an opening themselves.
Or you've been there before.
Gotcha.
So that's one of the perks of the program, and they're all over the place doing great things. One of them's up in moving to Maine. One of them's Texas. One of them works at PGA America. One's at Pebble Beach in California. I'll be at Maryland. They're all over the place. Just doing super cool things. No one's doing kind of traditional route. You're all doing their own specialized thing, which is super cool.
Because the industry is
it's that big.
vast. Yeah,
it's that big.
Yeah, it's that big. So everybody's not going to do the same thing, and that helps, especially for networking and like, hey,
Yeah, that's one of the questions I get from parents all the time is, well, if my kid gets this degree, do they get pigeonholed into the golf industry?
Nope. No. Look at me. I'm a prime example.
No. Yeah. Most people don't work in a degree anyway.
That is true. That is true.
Well, yeah, so that's like the PGM program in a nutshell. Shameless plug. If you want more information, umes.edu/PGA. That's where you can find more information. If you're interested in the program, we'll be happy to have you. Talk to Billy. But yeah, that's kind of the PGM program in a nutshell. But like, what else is going on in your life? You're working on a pretty cool project. If you want to talk about it, that you're waiting on. If you want to talk about it and you're smirking at me, do you want to talk about it?
You talking about the next level of membership?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize you even knew about that.
Oh, trust me, I dig into my guests before they come on this show.
Lance is in the know.
All right. So basically, there's 4 levels of membership in the PGA. I've been a member for 26 years. Mm-hmm. Got my happy 25th letter a couple of years ago. Whatever. Yeah. Okay. And my lapel pin. That was great. For all the dues that I paid over the years.
Right.
No, it's good. It's all good. But as I learned a long time ago that you become a regular member, then you become a specialized member, then you can move up to what's called a certified member. Well, I was already specialized when I got here, and just kind of, I was getting a lot of questions at the time back in about 2012, 13, 14, and that's when I decided, well, let's go for the certified level, just so the students can see what this is all about. I can do it, kind of show them as I'm going through it, what I'm going through, and all the classes you have to take and the papers you have to write and all this and that. So the next level after, I got that in 2014. So the next level is the last one. It's called Master Professional. So it's what the PGA calls the PhD of the golf business. It's not a PhD, believe me. But it's a fairly large project. It was a business plan. Mm-hmm. That typically they want you to do it on the golf course that you work at. Well, I don't work at a golf course, so they're allowing me to do it on the PGA Golf Management Program. So that's all done. It's been turned in. I had a paper that went, phase 1 was a paper, 25-page paper I wrote that went with it. Phase 2 was the business plan. Well, phase 1 actually got published.
Oh, where did it get published?
International Journal of Business and Social Science. Oh. Yeah, that was back in summer of 19. So that's how I'm going to, so what I have to do is so it's all been turned into the PGA. It's all been approved. But the last thing I'm waiting on is I have to go defend it. Just kind of like a dissertation.
Yeah.
You know, it's an hour defense, 45-minute questions. But the reason I haven't done it yet is because the PGA is moving from Palm Beach to Frisco, Texas. The offices are only halfway built. So I'm stuck in that, and then with COVID going on anyway, they probably wouldn't let me. So they're giving their ballpark in January.
Okay.
Because I have to fly to Texas,
right?
Go defend it in front of a panel, 2 or 3 people, whatever it's going to be, and that'll be that. So
and it'll be one of like what is 100?
About 350.
Yeah, 350 people. That's
exciting. I'm telling you, congratulations early.
Well, thank you.
Then we got to walk around and call you Master Professional.
I don't see anybody on this campus calling me master or anything. For obvious reasons. That would not be a good go.
That was a good one.
Yeah, please don't call me that.
Jesus. But in the golf industry, at least he'll get that recognition.
But congratulations. That's
huge.
How have you felt like going through that process? Like how, it's now that it's almost over?
It took a lot longer than I thought. A lot more in depth than I thought it was going to be.
Gotcha.
But well worth it. I mean, it's a very, it was a good thing to go through, good exercise. It really made me understand the business plan better. And the way I explain it now to my students, I'm like, look, because you're taught from whenever you're in school all the way through high school, even into early college, Composition 1, Composition 2, that papers have an intro, a middle, and an end.
Right.
Well, business plans don't have an end. I say they're an open-ended document. It's just a plan. Mm-hmm. It's your mission statement, your financials, your objectives, your strategies. This is what we're going to do. This is what we're going to do. This is how we're going to do it. And that's it. There's no evaluation. If you are going to evaluate it, you just rewrite the whole damn thing. Mm-hmm. So that's how I explain it to them. It's an open-ended document, and if you look at it that way, I think it's a little bit easier to digest. It was for me.
Huh. I can see that, though. I can see that because, most papers that you write have to end.
Right.
And it's, a business plan is like, hey, this is what we have, and now we have to try to execute it.
Right.
To know if the plan actually worked. Because if it didn't,
all the smart people sit around a table and say if you hit it or not.
Right.
And if you did, great. Rewrite it. And if you didn't, well, rewrite it.
Go fix it.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Never ending.
Huh. Well, I got 3 more things on my list I kind of want to talk about. Raylan has one of them. I have the last one following that. So here's my question. We're at HBCU, and you've heard this question. We've talked about it more times in the last 2 months than probably we've talked about it ever. We're at HBCU. This whole Black Lives Matter thing happens. You're coaching a mainly minority golf team for the most part, especially on your women's side. The PGA of America is kind of getting more into the diversity inclusion thing. Kind of what are your thoughts on kind of the diversity inclusion in the golf industry, kind of as it relates to this university and kind of the overall golf industry?
From what I've seen over the past 14 years, I think the PGA is chasing something that may not even exist. They want more minorities in the PGA. The problem is there just aren't enough. As the PGA of America, we could stand there and beat the drum all day, and we want you to play, we want you to play, we want you to play. Until the African American community decides that's what they're going to do, it's not going to change. As you know, Langston, how many did you see growing up playing golf? Not many.
Not many.
It's very few and far between. I'm to the opinion, I think if you went to an elementary school and you introduce the game of golf to, say, 100 African-American kids, how many is it really going to stick with? 1? Maybe 2?
Maybe 3 tops, maybe.
There's too many times I've seen the kids maybe get excited, and I saw it across town here in Princess Anne when we were doing a Play Golf America thing a couple of years ago where the kids, I don't know how excited they were, but they were, the parents were coming to pick them up or whoever was picking them up, maybe grandma, whatever. And, hey, we're playing golf today. Oh, you don't want to do that. You want to play golf. You want to play football and basketball. So there's, it's to me, it's very much cultural. We're hoping it's changing, but in my opinion, I think the best thing the PGA can do is just say, you know what, we're here. We want you to play. We're ready for you. When you're ready, we're ready. And I think that would be their best approach instead of trying to force it.
Right.
Because you can't force this. Either people play or they don't. And it's one thing to play. It's another thing to want to work in this industry, and it's a whole nother thing to be good enough to pass that playing ability test.
Right.
Because you got to start. I mean, you probably have to start playing. When did you start playing? 7, 8,
Fourth grade, about 10,
9,
10.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
You're talking about at least a decade worth of playing to be able to just pass that test on top of all the other classes and everything.
Yeah,
you
and there's and doing the paper that I had to write. I mean, there's a lot of things that I learned through that. And one thing that never came across my mind is would you know? I guess it kind of makes sense, but African Americans typically live farthest away from golf facilities.
Oh yeah,
I never thought about that.
Oh yeah,
but it's true. Mm-hmm. So the average golfer is going to go, unless it's Augusta National or Sawgrass.
Yeah, you're upper echelon
the average
courses,
golfer is going to go 27 miles, drive no more than a half an hour to go play golf.
Yeah.
Well, when you live 45 minutes from the nearest golf course, you're not going.
You're not going,
right?
You're not going.
And then you can argue, oh, it's too expensive. Y'all need all this equipment. Well, you can get free equipment. If you really want to play, you can get free equipment. It doesn't have to be expensive.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, can it be? Absolutely, it can be. Yeah. Just depends. So that's the main reason why the program here at UMES, I think, is small. We're always going to be small. The PGA knows it. I think UMES knows it. Mm-hmm. I've never gotten pressure from anybody at UMES to saying, hey, get your numbers up. And the numbers aren't terrible. Yeah. We're 35, 40 typically, maybe 45 in a good year.
Right.
We got, I think, 10 coming in next semester, so that's good for us.
But I think the fact that the program overall is just producing, high quality graduates that are doing these like badass things. I'm just gonna say it. Yeah. It is what it is, and it kind of says you can either take it or not take it. Mm-hmm. And I kind of think that's the way we're kind of positioned in the industry. We have enough graduates now. If you put us in a room, we can make some noise, and even if we're spread apart, we can still make some noise. But I think overall the program is incredible, especially what you're doing and the problem with the program and how it's building. It keeps evolving and getting better and better and better and better. Because it's kind of like each student.
Getting involved with the golf teams has certainly helped.
Yeah.
It's certainly helped recruiting.
Oh, yeah.
No doubt. It's more streamlined, I think.
Right.
The same message is being sent.
Yes.
In the same kind of way. And the students are hearing the same thing. And I think it's, over time, I think that's really going to help.
Oh, for sure.
And as long as Keith Davidson keeps giving money to me.
Yeah, no, because even me, like I've seen, like, since you became the coach, and like the emphasis and how, like, the way even the players talk amongst themselves when they're not actually at the course. Because when they're at the course, obviously they're talking, but off the course, when they're talking, are they still talking about, hey, I think you should have done this, or hey, how did you play this hole? Like those kind of things. Just having those conversations, and not the people who are in the PGM program, but just people who are on the team who may be a criminal justice major or whatever.
Right.
They're still like they have more of a want to like be better at the game and play the game, and then potentially have someone else play. Because I think the first time, speaking personally, the first time I ever like played on any kind of golf course, I was probably 17, 18 at best, and that was like just a par 3-9. So that's what, hour and a half, you're done with that.
Right,
so I probably didn't play 18 holes for the first time till I was out of college, probably at least. But one of my college professors, she told me, she said, I don't really know, like, because, when you get out of college, most people get out of college, they don't know exactly where they're going.
Right.
So I was in that range, and she was like, hey, I don't know where you're going or where your life's taking you, but, like, if you have clubs or you can get clubs, play golf, learn the game, and she said they'll help you out. And so she told me that probably a week or so before graduation, so it just always stuck with me. So I know, especially when I got here, and it was like the program was here, driving range on campus.
What year did you get here?
18, so like 3 years ago.
Oh, okay. Well, so let's go back to 05.
Yeah.
I got here in 07. I can take you back to 05, though. So the president back then was Dr. Thompson. Mm-hmm. And bringing golf to this campus was her idea. And she didn't know anything about a PGA golf management program. It wasn't even on her radar. She just wanted to start having the students hit golf balls and learn the game because she knew it was used as much as a business tool as anything else,
right?
Which it is. And it was more for the business school students than anybody else. But just, one thing evolved and the local pros got involved, and they're the ones that actually came and put the bug in her ear about, hey, you ever thought about trying this PGA golf management program? Because it just at the same time, that's when the PGA was looking to put this at an HBCU.
Perfect storm.
Yeah, it was the right place, right time, right thinking, and hopefully we've done her proud.
Yeah. I outside looking in, I met quite a few people in the program, and they always been able to help me, have a good, like we were talking about the relations and being able to help people who, maybe are just getting introduced, people who have been playing their whole life, and just trying to like get them involved with the game and just, seeing the joy you can have in playing it. Mm-hmm. I mean, I know watching it sometimes can be a drag if you don't really understand what's going on, but
if you don't know the players.
Yeah, if you don't know the players. And so, but like getting out and actually playing it is something that, you will always enjoy.
It's
even
fun.
even if you're not playing well.
It's fun. Yeah, it's just a fun game.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, talk about fun.
Fun.
Take them to the season-long question.
So this has been our I guess question of the season.
For who?
For all our guests.
Okay.
And so we had quarantine that is coming up on 15 months now. And so everybody kind of was at home and they had to entertain themselves in some way. What was your kind of quarantine entertainment? What did you do during the, times where we weren't really coming to work every day, just, get entertainment, extra time with the family? Like, what was your quarantine entertainment?
I only stayed inside for about a month and a half. I guess we got sent home, March 12th? Whatever it was, 13th?
Yeah, somewhere.
Yeah, by mid-May, I was back out on the golf courses.
So about 2 months.
I mean, that was pretty much it.
They got back on the.
Heck, I started back full time back last July.
Yeah, we did.
I didn't telework or anything like that. I've been here. Yeah, it was just normal job to me. It was just normal deal.
Yeah. Well, because especially with golf courses, you could social distance very well there. I know that was one of the first things.
Yeah, courses opened right around June 1 last year.
It was like right around May.
They weren't shut down long.
Yeah.
Right.
Kind of went on and off period depending on where you were.
Right.
Kind of depends.
And my son was working at Bear Trap Dunes at the time, and
gotcha.
Yeah, so it wasn't any. That's 20 minutes from the house. It's no big deal. We just ran over there and played, and
gotcha,
and whatever. But then, like I said, July rolled around and we started back here full time, and the classes started in August, and this has been a normal deal for me, ever since.
Well, once the students were back, it was kind of because you were teaching, and even though we didn't like play in tournaments, we still you're a professor, so you're still working all the time. Any TV shows other than Saturday Night Live that we know you love?
My favorite show of all time, and I'm obviously really dating myself, is a show called The Wonder Years.
The Wonder Years. I've heard of it before.
Fred Savage. Yeah, that was my favorite show of all time.
I've heard of it before, but I really don't know.
Just about a kid from the 60s, a little 12-year-old kid. And it just kind of reminded me of myself a little bit, although, that's about that year I was born. He was 12 years ahead of me, but it was a great show. It was a good show.
Now, I'm going to ask you this because, are you a Seinfeld fan at all?
I am.
See,
I am.
I knew. See,
I'm getting replaced.
Still not a fan of the way it ended.
Yeah, look, a couple weeks ago,
it was okay.
A couple weeks ago, we were talking about TV shows that I like that are kind of you wouldn't expect me to like, and I said Seinfeld, and people started looking at me like I was crazy. Seinfeld's a good show.
Seinfeld's a great show. It's probably the funniest show ever.
It's a show about nothing.
I think The Office is funnier.
Office is good, but it's not Seinfeld.
Because here's the other thing.
To me,
The Office is different. It didn't have.
Yeah, it's different. Yeah, it's just different.
But Seinfeld is like it had no blueprint. Like it was just kind of like, yo, this is just what we're doing. Seinfeld is funny, bro. I mean,
and then the way they tied everything together at the end of each half-hour episode,
man.
It was so funny.
It always did. I mean, it was. It was some episodes I was like, yeah, but the majority of the time, Seinfeld is like because it's always something.
I did an entire episode on them walking around a parking lot in the mall looking for a car. It was hilarious.
Oh, the one with the parking garage. Yes. What?
He's taking a leak in the corner, gets arrested.
Okay,
what? I didn't know I could do that.
Oh, what was the? Oh man. So it was the one where I can't remember everything, but it was like I think it was Kramer, him and George. Maybe they was playing the game where they were. What's the name of the game? But I can't remember. They were on the subway and they was like, "Yo, the Ukraine is weak. The Ukraine is weak." And then it was a game that they had to play.
Oh, Risk.
Risk, yes, thank you.
Risk.
And they were playing Risk, and they was like, "Oh, the Ukraine is weak. The Ukraine is weak," because they was, it was talking about the game. And this big Ukrainian man, he was like, "Yo, the Ukraine is not weak," and he's like, hit the board, and they had been playing. They were like, they've been playing the game for
like 3 months,
3 months, because the game,
it takes forever.
It takes forever to play Risk, and they were taking it around playing it. They were on the subway, and he was like, "Oh, I'm about to take the Ukraine. The Ukraine is weak," and then dude knocked it down. And it's stuff like that, man. I mean, it's not super funny, but it's like when you know the backstory of, man, they've been playing this game for 3 months. And then this man who didn't even know what was going on just came and knocked the board over. So now they had to, what do you do now? Seinfeld, man.
I'll watch it eventually.
Seinfeld, man.
I'll watch it eventually.
Seinfeld's one of my shows. King of Queens.
Haven't seen that one.
And what was the other one that was and Modern Family. Those are my 3 shows that just off the radar. People like, "Oh, you watched it?" Yeah, all the time. Well, not all the time on Seinfeld.
You're right.
But Modern Family for sure. I was watching that. That was appointment viewing for me. Towards the end, not early on, because I think it really caught fire. It caught fire. I was probably college, high school,
right.
But by the time I was by the time they probably got season 5, 6, 7, yeah, I was in, all in.
I was surprised you liked SNL. That was a shocker.
Me?
Yes.
Love SNL.
Why wouldn't he like SNL?
I just
because it's all Democrat, it's all liberal. That's why. That's why he thinks I wouldn't like it. I can laugh at all that stuff too. Those stuff they make fun of.
Bill's got jokes. I tell you, Bill's got funny jokes.
SNL it's a man. I don't know. Like we were talking before the show, the cast right now, I think they're getting ready to revamp it. I love. I mean, it hit me. I saw Kenan when the last time I watched SNL, I was looking at Kenan. I've been watching Kenan Thompson on TV since I was 4, 5.
Yeah,
because I was watching him on Nickelodeon. Mm-hmm. And
Good Burger.
Oh yeah, Good Burger, Kenan and Kel, all of it. I've been watching.
Albert.
Fat Albert. I forgot he was Fat Albert. I've been watching Kenan Thompson on TV pretty much my entire life.
Wow.
For real.
But the guy is good. He just doesn't age. He
is good. He's got I haven't watched the show, but
apparently he has a TV show now. I don't know if it's
what's up with that?
See, that's what I'm saying. I hadn't watched the show yet. I gotta give it a chance. But that's what it hit me the last time I was watching SNL, and I was like,
you don't watch it? You typically don't watch SNL?
Oh, I watch SNL.
Huh.
Oh, but no, the last time I was watching SNL, and I was saw Kenan. I mean, I didn't see the
Kenan Thompson skit when he does "What's Up with That." Oh my gosh!
Yeah, I was saying he does.
That is hilarious.
Everything.
YouTube it. You got to watch it right now. It's great.
Where's my phone?
Pull
that and then he's got. I mean, when he does Steve Harvey and being
Steve
Family
Harvey,
Feud,
the classic.
Whatever. I mean, he pulled out everything. But that's what I'm saying. My whole life, Kenan Thompson's been on TV. So shout out to Kenan.
If I'm not mistaken, he's been on that show longer than anybody.
Yeah, he's been on there longer.
15 years or something.
Yeah, it's crazy how long he's been on. It's wow. But that's what I'm because I'm thinking when we were talking I think when he first got on there, he was the young guy, and Jimmy Fallon and Amy Poehler, Tina Fey.
Yeah, they were all headed out the door when he got there.
And I mean it's funny. My favorite impersonation of anybody was when Tina Fey did Sarah Palin. I felt like it was too on point. I was like, did she watch her for
see Russia from my
I was
house.
it was like she, I mean, I think it was because, everybody else, you kind of, it's all right, cool, they're trying. It just felt like Tina Fey was just really, she felt like I was watching Sarah Palin. It was crazy. Out of all the impersonations.
I don't know how they do it, especially kind of when political season rolls around and let's say they do a debate, Friday night. How they get the outfit from what the person is wearing and they make it and they put it on the show less than 24 hours.
I mean, they probably got wardrobe people that can kind of
their wardrobe department. Shout out to
put something together. I mean, that's what they do. I mean, how long? Starting out 40 something years, 45, 46 years,
46,
46.
Yeah,
I mean,
you know,
there's no costume they don't have.
Yeah,
there's no costume they don't have.
Yeah.
So I mean, SNL. I mean, I don't watch it as much as I used to.
Right.
But yeah,
Mike, do you watch it?
I do.
Do you?
Yeah.
I don't have a TV.
I like Weekend Update. I think Michael.
I
Che-
Weekend
think I
Update
hate
is
Michael
always-
Che.
No,
I think Michael Che's
Weekend Update.
hilarious.
Yeah, Michael
Hilarious.
Che. When Fallon and was it Polar?
Tina Fey.
Tina Fey, when Fallon and Tina Fey, that was a good one. Seth Meyers was good on Weekend Update. So I mean,
Colin Jost and Michael Che are good.
Yeah,
And what
they're
killed me
good.
is they were doing it one time. It was like a recent episode, like either this season or last season. He was like, "Yeah, man, I'm Colin Jost and I'm Michael Che. Good night." And they clip off tie. I didn't know they were clip-on ties. I thought they tied him every week. I was like, "Oh, that's a letdown."
no, I've seen like a movie one time where they like some people have like a little like it's like a jacket or like a
Right?
wrap.
It's all
Yeah, and you can just clip it in the back.
probably what
They
it
do
is.
that. I mean,
You wear the same thing every week. Why not
for sure.
change it? Huh.
They probably do that on ESPN and stuff like that too. The people I'm not talking about the guys in studio,
Right.
but the ones like from the house,
Oh yeah,
they're definitely wearing shorts and like
basketball
flip-flops.
shorts.
Yeah,
Just got out of the
because it's
gym.
only this. It's only like the profile shot.
It's all
Would you
about
put
Zoom
on the
now.
whole suit every time?
Huh?
If you report, like if you say you're,
I've learned my lesson. Whenever I have an interview or anything newsy related, I will put on, I'll put on jeans and like a dress shirt and like tie and coat. But like if I'm not like doing a stand up report,
PGM students have gotten blasted on that on
Oh.
Zoom interviews for their internships when they're interviewing. Yeah, they have been told to stand up and let us see what you're wearing.
yeah,
show us
what
your
color
entire
socks you
outfit.
wearing?
Show us
Yeah,
your
I've done
shoes,
it.
everything.
You won't see me on Zoom without
Yeah, they've learned some have learned the hard way. Yeah,
and they're funny stories too.
oh wow.
Yeah.
I mean, now I've done a Zoom interview before. Well, Zoom or Skype, whatever. If it's an interview and I'm like meeting these people for the first time, just because I don't know, I just to keep my mind, I'll put the whole suit on. But if it was like, like we was say me and you were like doing the show virtual or something,
Right.
and I just I probably just put the top
It
on.
happens.
I probably just put the top on. But
Yeah, I got the last point of privilege. So your goal, when I told Billy he was going to be on the show like 3 weeks ago, your goal was to make me cry. I'm not crying, but I'm going to give you the floor. It's the last show. If y'all don't know, it's the last show for now.
season finale.
Season finale. Billy's the last guest. So I'm going to let you have the floor. Whatever story you want to tell about my crazy behind since
I don't
I'm
really have
leaving.
any stories. I just wanted to tell you, of all the students that we've had come through here, you've made your own way. You created your own path more than anybody. You wanted it to happen. You made it happen. You wanted to go to the Golf Channel. We didn't make that happen. You made that happen. And I couldn't be more proud of you. And I'm very honored to be on your last show.
I appreciate it. I appreciate you for coming back because Billy Dillon does not like on-camera interviews.
I'm not a good interview at all.
You were like,
especially the night that he
boring
called
Billy
me.
or like exciting Billy?
I was told that I gave the absolute worst interview ever to Langston a couple of years ago. But he caught me one day after practice.
It was like
I was with the
worst time to catch
with
a
the
coach.
ladies. And
I
we
caught
had we came off a bad tournament. It was a bad practice.
Oh,
And I was not. This is the
There was
absolute
no
last
fluffy
place I wanted
answers.
to be.
It was very
Was
straight,
sitting in
direct, and to
here
the point.
on camera talking to him.
I remember that because I was in the back.
I had people from the PGA telling me, Billy, what the hell's wrong with your interview skills?
No, I was in the back, and
I didn't realize that many people watched it.
he asked some question, and then you just said, "I don't know. They just got to play better," and that was it.
That was it. There was no.
So I don't
I
even
think
know,
it was.
man. They
I think
just
I
gotta
pulled
play
Allen
better.
Iverson. I think I just said practice.
Yeah,
Practice.
probably was. They just got to play better.
but
He got the
I'll-
one
I'll-
answer, the one word answer that he was
Right.
not looking for.
But I'll say this in terms of the program and just the overall thing, and we'll hash the whole thing out again tonight when we meet for dinner. But I would say the whole defining kind of moments of this program for me is definitely my freshman year when I came into the office and was like, oh, I want to do this media thing. How the hell do I do it? And then back since I said I was in the old program, my program is 130 credit hours compared to the one that's 120 now. There is no possible way for me to do a minor. I can't tell you how many times I tried to complete a minor in the digital media studies minor and got told no by Billy and Chris so many times. Thank you for saying no.
Well, we weren't planning on you being here 6 years.
Yeah.
We were saying you should do it 4.5.
It's true. But even if I was here 4.5 years, I still probably wouldn't have got it done. It's just impossible to do. So thank you for telling me no, because this wouldn't be here if you wouldn't have told me no. So thank you for that.
There you go.
There it is. So before we let you go, which we kind of know the answer to this, but we'll just see what you say. Where can all our good listeners and viewers...
Where can the good people find
you on social media?
You see how
social media?
Just zooming in on them.
You will not find me on social media.
You will not find
Zero.
him
No Facebook,
anywhere.
no Twitter. I barely use a cell phone.
And that is a fact.
My wife gets on me all the, where is your phone? In the car. It's
Yeah,
upstairs.
we went on a trip one time, like a year and a half ago. This man literally almost walked in the bus without his son. I'm like, Billy, you're not going to carry your cell phone. This thing was just sitting there. Literally almost walked in the bus and got on a plane and flew. Hilarious.
I was traveling with the girls a couple of years ago out to Chicago. We were BWI. Joseph, do you remember Josephina? Mm-hmm. Josephina, oh, love her. Oh, what a great girl.
Yeah.
She actually sat there and the look of horror on her face when I took the phone out of my pocket, turned it off, threw it in my bag, and checked it. And she was like, "Oh my God, what are you doing? What if your wife needs you?" I said, "If my wife needs me, I'm 36,000 in the air. What am I going to do?" Really?
You had a point.
I'm a child of the 80s.
So
we didn't need phones.
You won't find Billy on
I was
social
raised
media
without phones. I don't need a phone.
at all.
You got you.
But I understand that for the survival of our program, somebody has to do it. I ain't doing it.
And I'm not doing
Langston
it.
has been doing it, thank
Come
God.
Friday
and he
at
does it-
2 o'clock after
and here's the danger.
his son and my Instagram post get posted, I am turning it in.
Here's the danger of
password and
all
that
that
stuff.
is we've been letting him do it, and we don't check what he's putting out there. I don't really know what he's doing, and I don't go check it because I don't do it.
He hadn't put
my
anything.
wife has to tell me what's going on.
He hadn't put anything out there bad.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
Yeah,
It's-
but
but
if it was bad, it
when
would've
we
got
have the
back to you.
passing of the torch,
Yeah.
that's my big concern.
Yeah,
so
we
I think maybe
haven't-
we're at a point where somebody officially needs to take it over.
We haven't fully
But it ain't gonna be me.
gone through those plans yet. We've
Gotcha.
talked about it, but there's no succession line
Got you.
as of this moment in this recording. There is nobody to do it.
I am smart enough to realize, yes, we do need it. But I'm not going to do it.
Billy's question, he asks me this every year. Every May it comes up. He always asks, I need numbers for followers, how are we doing, blah, blah. And how does the numbers in your posts turn into enrollment?
Yep. That's my
And
big
has it
thing.
worked? Almost. It almost worked.
That's my question. Whenever anybody, we want to help out your program, we want to do this, we want to do that. How's it going to help enrollment? I always go to that. If it's not going to help enrollment, don't come to me.
Because you got to have bodies in the seats.
That's the whole goal, isn't it?
Got to have
Yeah.
bodies in the seats.
Recruit, retain,
Absolutely.
graduate.
Yeah, man.
Absolutely.
Well, since you won't find Billy on social media, you can follow the PGM program, University of Maryland Eastern Shore, PGA Golf Management Program on Facebook or on Twitter, UMS_PGM, Instagram, same thing. Follow us there. You might see a picture of Billy every now
Doubt
and
it.
then. But it's very
He doubts
rare.
He does it.
Out of the 200, 300 posts we have on, you might find him up there maybe.
It ain't
3
about me.
times. Maybe 3 times.
It's about y'all.
After I chew his arm to try to get it posted.
After Friday, it's not going to be about you anymore.
Not going to be
That's
about me
true.
either way.
That is true.
But you're always welcome back, and you know
Hey,
that.
I'm
I
always
fully
welcome
expect
back
you to
home.
drive back
already
across
know.
that bridge and spend your $4 every once in a while
Yes, you.
on that toll.
I'll come down. You trust me, you ain't gonna get rid of me.
I
That's
know
what they
you
all
will.
say.
Yeah.
I know you will.
Yeah.
And we'll come visit you every once in a while, too.
Hey,
No
come
doubt.
up.
First women's event's at Woodhome,
Oh,
not too far from you. It's your place, and they go over and play.
Yeah.
sounds good. And just make sure I'm not in class. Can't help you. Better call Jeff.
No, I'll hook it up through you. I'm not going to do it on the day of.
Oh, well, okay. We'll work it out.
Give you advance notice.
Advance notice.
Billy, thank you for coming through and giving Langston the kind words and educating us on the program. And,
well, thank you.
Talking
again,
about
I'm very honored to be part of your last show. I really am. He says he's going to tell his grandkids about me.
Hey, I am. This guy named
conversations
Billy
that we've had over the years about
Louise,
everything has been as educational for me as it was for him.
Yeah, man.
Gotcha.
What a ride.
All right. Thank you for coming through.
All right. You got some news for us, Mr. Warlaw. On 140, what you got?
So, well, first off, we get the socials out of the way. Follow me on Twitter, Ray_Law12, Instagram. No, that was Twitter. So Instagram, Ray_Law Wardlaw. Jesus.
Come on, co-host.
I'm sorry, man. Raylan Wardlaw on Facebook, LinkedIn, Law of the Land on Snapchat.
You know it.
That's right.
And if it's good on TikTok.
And if it's good on TikTok, it will make it to Twitter and Instagram.
Follow me on Twitter at Langston Frazier, simply my name. You can follow me on LinkedIn at my name, Langston Frazier. And you can follow my other podcast, the Langston Frazier Show podcast. It's a business and golf podcast where I get to sit down with a whole bunch of business leaders in the golf industry, chat it up, just be open, honest, kind of like this show right here. That's where you can find me.
Make sure you turn into Honing Your Craft, basketball podcast from the Maryland Eastern Shore Hawks, found on EasternShoreHawks.com or on Facebook at Eastern Shore Hawks, at Eastern Shore Hawks on Facebook, excuse me. And we also like to send condolences to Jesse T. Williams, Sr. and his family. The court over at Heitch Arena is named after him, and he passed here in the recent weeks. So a pillar at our university, so we just want to give a shout out to his family and let you know we're thinking about him, and games will not be the same without Big Jesse on the sideline.
Facts. So Julius gave me my wife and saved my life. I probably screwed it up, but I love that.
That's what he said all the time.
I love that man. He's so funny, especially I would be running stats at basketball games, and he would turn around and I'll be running stats, to the media table, and I would always give one to President Anderson, who would be on the left side, and on the right side would be Jesse Williams. He'd grab me by the arm. Meanwhile, his hands are huge. Stop me dead in my tracks.
Got to give him a stat sheet.
He's like, man, how's it going? Blah, blah, blah. And I just miss seeing him on the side of the basketball court. That's going to be an interesting homecoming come February. But, hey, still a good time.
November now.
November. But now I'll be down here in my little shirt, like, hey.
That'll be, and I'll be working like I'll do at every homecoming.
Unless y'all put me to work.
We won't. That's what I said, man. I've been telling you, man, just come enjoy homecoming.
You know I can't do that. When's the last time I watched a basketball game as a normal fan?
No, listen,
like freshman year.
I worked in sports information when I was in college. And I worked. But when I came back for homecoming, I was back for homecoming. I was not back to work.
We'll see.
So I'm telling you, you're back for homecoming. You're not back for work.
We'll see. I'll talk to your boss.
He'll say the same. He'll say just work. But also, Hawk Athletics has partnered with Route 1 Apparel in Towson for these. Where's my mask?
You can't find it. Yo, look at these. Fresh. Double-sided.
For these incredible. Oh, you got the great double-sided. I just got the Block M. So go to route1apparel.com, search Maryland Eastern Shore, and you will see the mask there. So please support local businesses. Yeah. They are based out of Towson. So I'll leave the floor open for you now.
Yeah. Let's get the social out of the way real quick for at least the sports department. Let's see. As always, for more information on your Hawks, you can follow us on Twitter at ESHawksSports. All the corresponding sports have their own Twitter. You can follow the golf team at ESHawksGolf. All the information there on the golf teams and what they're up to. ESHawks on Instagram, Eastern Shore Hawks on Facebook. As always, you can visit us at EasternShoreHawks.com for all the latest information. Just use the hashtag HawkPride, our shore, our team. I love that hashtag. It doesn't get used enough.
It's great.
We need to like boost it up. Give it
our shore, our team. I remember that. And then also join in on our conversation at hashtag TalkShore and email us at mdtalkshore@gmail.com.
Yo.
And don't forget to subscribe.
Don't forget to subscribe.
Apple Podcast, Spotify, Google Play, and for the visuals, we are on YouTube.
Yeah.
So wherever you listen, watch your podcast, we are there.
Talk of the Shore on YouTube. It's all 21 episodes out there.
21, 22.
22 episodes. I lost count.
Yeah, lost count because there's so many.
So many, but they're all good. Got everybody on there.
Absolutely.
All right. So last show, I'm going to take a minute because this is my last public appearance.
As an undergrad.
As an undergrad in this studio with our show.
Absolutely.
Which is like very strange. So I just want to do some formal thank yous to thank some people, even though they'll get thanked in person later, but I want to do it for the camera. All right. First of all, I want to thank my parents for like the crazy ride of like 6 years of college and dealing with my crazy
also giving
behind.
you life.
Yeah, and giving me life. My birthday was the other day. I'm 24. I'm like,
Kobe year.
Kobe year.
Kobe
Even
year.
though I was down in the bed, I barely got up. But like, I'm here.
You're here.
But yeah, my parents, Sean Yonker, who's the assistant director of media relations here at Maryland Eastern Shore Athletics. Thank you for letting a sophomore me walk in your office and say, hey, what can I do to help? Like, literally, changed my life. Hands down. Keith Davidson, he already knows, athletic director. Man has done so much for me, it's ridiculous. So thank you to him. Stan Bradley, literally got me my job at Maryland like in the last month and a half. Thank you to him. He's been such a help. Marilyn Burkle for letting me treat this as my home for the last, close to 5 years, making shows left and right, do projects and whatnot, taking cameras and, flying all over the place doing projects. Thank you to her. Leon Lewis, all my audio problems that I've ever had in the studio, thank you to him. Jim Glover, all my headshots, my student reaching headshots, my headshots for just normal stuff, photos of the show that we've always gotten. Thank you for taking pictures. Appreciate that. Bill Brophy, the kind of man, the masterpiece, the lessons I've learned from this guy over the past 3-4 years he's been here. Incredible. I'm going to miss that guy. Joseph Bird, our director, who's been here the whole season. Dude, thank you. I appreciate you. You're going places in life. I appreciate you for being here. Alyssa Carr, also, the associate vice president for marketing, external relations. Yes, that is right.
Long time.
Thank you to her. Matt McCann, former UMS Hawk. Will DeBoer, former UMS Hawk, then higher athletics department. Bill Robinson. Mark Arcusa, who made this super cool logo for us. Samaya Arcusa's dad, who she plays on the golf team. Thank you for making that for us. Billy Dillon, who is also sitting across from me. Dr. Chris Prasa, appreciate you as well, Miss Tempe. Of course, the whole PGM program, and not but least my co-host. I appreciate you, dog.
No,
we thank you for your knowledge these last 3 years.
Yeah.
Putting me under your wing, letting me basically take over the golf teams for the last 2.5 years, and just letting it be mine.
Well, I told you. I mean, when it was probably a year or so ago, and you was saying, I was like, all right, if you want to do it, I'm not gonna. I said, we can. Obviously, we'll work together, but I want you to get the full experience of hey, this is your squad. You like the game. And kind of just, this is where it is. So I just said, go ahead.
It's been incredible. The up and downs, the scheduling, kind of dealing with kind of the player relations side of it. It works really well now because Billy's the head coach and I'm in his office every other day anyway. It kind of works now because I'm going to go to Maryland now and literally do the same thing with the Maryland Terrapins, which I'm so excited for. It's insane. Kind of working over there at the golf course as well. Starting in just a few days at the time of this recording. And then I'm also going to be pursuing my master's of journalism, broadcast journalism and sports.
There it is.
At the Philip Merrill College of Journalism as a university fellow. So it's basically paid for. So shout out to Maryland for doing that for me. I appreciate that.
But before we go, I have a gift for you.
Actually. Oh, God.
It's a small gift.
Oh, jeez.
All right, so these are ball markers, but they're poker chips.
Oh, they're poker chips.
So when you play with these, just remember, go all in on yourself. You know what I mean?
Wow, man.
No, seriously, because, like Billy was saying earlier, this is a different program.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You had to do something different in this program to be able to get into the media space of what you wanted to do, because it wasn't normal as far as what your classmates were doing. So I saw these and I thought about you, and I was like, look, I know you're going to use ball markers, poker chips. Keep going all in on yourself.
Thank you, sir.
So,
Oh, Jesus. Now he's dropping them.
Obviously, here you go. I didn't wrap it up because...
That's super cool.
I didn't wrap it up because if I came in with something...
Right.
And I got something else for you.
That's
whenever
insane.
graduation
so
comes.
I appreciate.
But that's small, and I know it's something I know you'll use.
Because I use poker chip ball markers. You've been in my golf bag, haven't you?
Come on,
Exactly.
I'm a journalist, man. I watch.
Yes, journalists know things. But yeah, that is it. Of course, as always, we've been tested for COVID.
Absolutely.
We are all negative. I have had 2 shots, so I am fully vaccinated. He has been vaccinated. He has been vaccinated. All of our crew in here is tested negative in our control room. Shout out to y'all. We appreciate y'all being here. That is it.
That is it.
Wow. Wow.
You feel it? You got it all out? You feel good now?
Oh, God. Let's get off this camera before I start crying. Let's go. Let's get out of here. Hey, Joseph, can we get some Skycam today? Is that possible? Shout out to you.
Of course we can for the last one. Appreciate you, Joe. And as always, I'm Raylan Wardlaw.
I'm Langston Frazier. Folks, we will see you soon.
We will see you soon.
Wonderful, wonderful afternoon.
Congrats to all the graduates.